Greetings to you, and once again with you, psychologist Yulia Latunenko, and following 10 phrases to neutralize the narcissist. For those who are visiting my channel for the first time, please subscribe. So, let's figure out how to neutralize a narcissist. But to understand this, you need to understand the algorithm in which a narcissist lives. They generally live according to a scheme, meaning there is a certain algorithm in which the narcissist acts, does something, and in which they expect to receive certain reactions from their victim. First, the narcissist captivates his victim with a shared fantasy. That is, he creates a fantasy about the future, how they will be. They paint upon golden castles. Wealth, how they will carry their queen in their arms. They also create an idealized image of their victim. He is enamored with them. He idealizes her. He elevates her to the heavens. And, of course, it's very difficult to resist such a process of idealization. The victim fills themselves with that ideal image of themselves that the narcissist creates for them. And it is very difficult for the victim to understand that these are all certain algorithms of the narcissist's script. They will act the same way and even say the same phrases. Therefore, today we need to develop special algorithmic phrases that will neutralize all their tricks after the victim has already believed in their ideal image of themselves. They become infatuated with it. After the victim believes in the shared ideal fantasy, the narcissist begins to deplete the victim's resources. And when he sees that he can no longer take anything from the victim, all her resources are consumed and exhausted, he begins to discard her. That is, to devalue her, clip her wings. And this is a very painful process for a person who believed in a beautiful future, in a shared dream, in being the best. A person in the life of a narcissist, in the belief that she is, in principle, the best person because of the ideal image created by the narcissist. It remains like a screenshot in the victim's mind, and she cannot get rid of this screenshot because it is very important. It is very valuable when someone loves you, someone thinks so and appreciates you. But it is at this stage that the narcissist begins to discard. He plays the game of push and pull. He disappears. He is always absent where he is most needed. That is, when he is needed. In some extreme situation, he is never there. He manipulates. He instills in the victim a certain kind of gaslighting, making her believe that something is wrong with her mind, that she misunderstood everything, that he was just joking, that she lacks a sense of humor, that she needs a psychologist, a psychiatrist. She needs help. That's all the narcissist instills in the victim, so that in the end he can discard her, throw her away, and then find himself a new victim. What does the narcissist expect from the victim when he starts using all his dirty games, all his dirty manipulations? Of course, he expects the victim to make excuses, that she will try to prove something, explain, that she will try to reach his mind, to prove some logic to him. But no, the narcissist distorts facts. He has his own certain logic, and no one can prove anything to him. He will change the chronology of events. He will distort facts. The more you make excuses, the more he will consume your emotions. And in this case, your emotions are his resource. He enjoys the fact that you are in pain. What else does the narcissist expect? Your doubts that everything is okay with you. He lowers your self-esteem, and you start to feel shame because he criticizes a lot. He lectures you. He makes remarks naturally. The reaction to this is shame, and you start justifying yourself to him again. The narcissist also counts on you developing a sense of fear, of loss, because he is so wonderful. He has already set up this shared dream, this shared beautiful fantasy of the future. And he has already recreated in your mind that ephemeral image, the ideal image of yourself that you fell in love with. And losing this image as a victim is very frightening. But you need to understand that you are afraid of losing precisely this illusion, which any narcissist creates at the beginning of a relationship. Well, now let's figure out what we can do to neutralize all these manipulation algorithms and the antics of the narcissist. Now I will present to you 10 phrases among which there are certain questions. There are statements that you should take and write down right during my video. Note them in your notebook. They should be in front of you. You need to learn them and apply them at the right moment, and you will see the narcissist's reaction. But before I start with the first point, I want to remind you that I really count on your support, on your likes. So don't delay with likes and subscriptions. Subscribe to my channel. There is a lot of useful information here on what needs to be done to neutralize narcissists. The first thing I suggest is to understand what he expects from you in his algorithm. Certain things, these are justifications and proofs. Tears, some strong emotions. You need to cease giving him what he expects. That is, you need to stop justifying yourself with an effort of will. Just stop yourself. Stop proving your rightness. And allow yourself to consider the option to lose this relationship, to lose the illusion you are clinging to, which in reality has long ceased to exist. A narcissist does not engage with reality. He does not dwell there. And this is the main secret of the following phrases that I will now read to you. They are all dictated by reality. And when you say these phrases to a narcissist, you will slightly hack his brain, because he will wake up and not know how to respond to you. But a little secret. When you ask questions, how does a narcissist respond? He will try to evade answering. Repeat the same question several times, insisting on an answer. Do not fall for the narcissist's new provocations. Just stand your ground. Imagine that you have taken a little bug and pinned it to the wall like this. A bit harsh, but I think it applies to a narcissist. Such a metaphor can be applied as if you have pinned a pesky insect to the wall and are holding it with your question from reality. So what is this question? The first question I suggest asking more often than any other is, what do you want from me right here and now? He will try to delve into it. He will divert the conversation to something else. But keep repeating it. Don't fall for his evasions. Say no. Still give me an answer. What do you want from me? Right here and now. Emphasize these words, right here and now. What is it you want? What is it, especially from me, do you want now so that you stop these arguments? The second question that can also corner your narcissist. what is now my most ideal answer right now? The key phrase is right now, because this question is also about reality. Could have stopped you. On the water, an example, for me, what should I answer you right now to make you stop? Don't let the narcissist evade this question. Remember the insect pinned to the wall with a pin. Right now, tell me how I can answer you in the most ideal way right now. The third option, do you think I have the desire right now to continue this conversation? Just a simple question. He will again present something, heap guilt on you, shame you, make you feel noticed, and you will do the same to him. Like a parent, you have to treat him like a child. So I say, parents sometimes need to accept the role of a parrot when we repeat the same thing to children many times, and children love the same thing, listening to the same story many times. It's the same with a narcissist. You say, do you think I have the desire right now to continue this conversation? No. Please answer this question. After you answer this question for me, we will continue our conversation. Fourth, when a narcissist demands certain answers from you and you feel pressured or manipulated, you can say, do you think, do you believe, do I have the right not to answer all your questions? Do I have to answer absolutely all your questions? So tell me, please, if the narcissist says that you must answer me. To all my questions, you ask a new question. Please tell me, why do you think so? Am I being interrogated or am I at home? That is, corner him with such questions as the narcissist does not get along with reality. And therefore, for him, these will be moments when he will feel a bit talked out and might completely freeze. You know, the therapist's files get mixed up there and he will freeze for some time. And you gain time to take a time out from the toxic conversation. Next, the fifth point. Do you think that any adult has the right to disengage from contact whenever they want, if they feel that the conversation is not to their liking? No. Please tell me right now, do you think any person, an adult, has the right to leave a conversation? Do you have the right to leave a conversation when you don't like it? And keep pressing them with this question, which is dictated by reality. Don't allow them to slip away from this question, to dodge it. The sixth question. This is not a question, but rather a statement that can calm a narcissist in anger, in rage. You can say, this is a practice of mine and my clients, also to whom I have recommended this approach. They say it works, the narcissist calms down. You can say you have the right to be angry at anyone, including me. So, if you feel the need to be angry, to get mad now, you can exercise your right to any feelings. You are just as human as I am. You have the right to express all your feelings, including anger, but just say it without mockery, sincerely. And truly believe that every person has the right to experience the feelings they want to experience. So Narcissus has the right to experience anger, and let him experience it. But it has nothing to do with you. Let him experience it. You gave him that right, let him shout. So, moving on. The seventh technique and phrase. I understand your anger. I hear that you are very angry right now. How can I help you right now? But don't justify yourself. Don't stray from this line. Say it right now. Maybe I can make you some tea. Maybe I can sing you a soothing song. I'm joking, of course, but just say it. I understand your anger. I hear that you are angry right now. Some Nazis have had this feeling since childhood that they were not accepted, ignored mothers. No, well, we're not affectionate, so they project this onto their partners, like onto their mothers. They shout and say, accept me as this rascal, angry, aggressive. And then, instead of a mother, you need to say to him at the moment when he is raging, I understand your anger. I see how angry you are. You are very furious. How can I help you? Right now. Right. Now, he will be pleasing you there, and you did. That was then. But right now, how can I help you? And this here and now question, it will again, cause some kind of pause. That can happen. Another phrase, it echoes. That question, do you think I should answer all your questions? But it can be said in an affirmative form. I also don't have to answer all questions. Questions that are asked, that people ask me. Even if I'm being interrogated, I don't have to answer all questions. I have the right to refuse to answer. So now, I'm reminding you of that. 9. This question, what do you think if we are both adults and didn't give birth to each other? Do we owe each other anything? We need to ask him, do we owe each other anything? In my opinion, only parents owe their children because they brought the child into the world. They are obligated. And 2 adults did not give birth to each other. Ask him if he thinks that we, as 2 adults, owe each other anything. Why do you think that I owe you something and have to do it against my will? Just explain to me why you think so. Next, the very last 10. Do you think it makes sense to continue a relationship that is being built on the basis of manipulation and devaluation? Toxic arguments, pressure, remarks. Have these relationships not shifted to the category where they have 90% negativity and maybe some 10% positivity? Should we consider ending such relationships that do not satisfy us at all? But to say the final phrase, you need to have great courage and the ability to rely on yourself. Well, to learn to rely on yourself, watch my videos, give them likes, subscribe to my channel. Very grateful. I will appreciate your subscriptions, your comments to support the channel, because you know how YouTube loves when you comment. Also, share my videos on social media.